Second time recording, let's hope this works. Hello, this is Robert here. I'm just going to show you an engine I made. Let's go into Sandbox. I've been working on a bit here. These Madness in V8 TTs are the one I'm going to show you. Right. Okay, let's go into this one. Yeah. Lot of power. These are the others, which all failed on the stand. I'm so mad. Let's revise the first generation here. If I sneeze, I'm sorry. Now then, sorry about that, I had to sneeze there. Right, let's start from the beginning. V8 platform, of course, I always choose V8. It has to be cast iron. Showing my frame rate there, which you can see. As you can see, this is a big engine. I'm on maximum zoom out. Bugs that need to be fixed is this. Right here. It's no way connected to this turbo unit right here. I can't zoom out any further. Other things that need to be changed. This here, when you're building the engine, doesn't exist. That needs to be altered. Daffy, fix it. Other things I've noticed, yeah, you can see clipping here. You move it about. Saw that jump there. That needs to be sorted. And I'll show you a few other bugs which I've found. Now the top end, sorry I was going off topic there. Okay, sorry, back to the bottom end. 120, this is a huge engine. Absolutely huge. Crank, it's billet steel. Titanium con rods. Yeah, titanium. The forged piston heads. Those are the only things that can survive the brutality of the turbochargers. Here and here. Now the top end, right. I went for dual overhead cams, 5 valve, cast iron. Although I should change that to aluminium and silica. 9.8, it's kinda high for a turbocharger. Turbocharged engine, I mean. 100 cam setting. I don't know what the hell this means. VVT. Sorry if you heard that. That was me sneezing again. VVT, all cams. No VVL because it doesn't support on a 5 valve, for big hint. There as well. Now then, let's move on to the boost. Here we go. Here we have the twin turbo setup. Turbocharged, of course, ball bearing. That's the turbo line which was supposed to show up. Please fix that, Daffy. Or kill Rob, whoever sees this video. Now, let's see, where else? I'm for a huge water air cooling system here. This is as big as they go. There's a bug here with these vanes. And I'll take a note of those numbers. 4.6, 83.6. No, sorry. 96.4. Okay, 3.7 PSI. I'll show you a bug. That's 100. That's as high as they go, and they're supposed to reach all the way to the top. .4 and 83.6, there we are. This one does. That's how far it's supposed to go up, not up to about here and stop. I'm sorry if you hear all this clicking and stuff, it's just my headset. I'm full of cold. Now, that's the boost there. It comes at about a bit over 4,000 RPM, but it goes all the way up to the red line. It's right on boost. I mean, this, like, here's the thing. Red line, that's what you can expect. Blue line is the theoretical maximum with no heat transfer. It's perfect, well, it's perfect settings. That's maximum you can ever attain. You can get this thing up to about 3 bar, but it will always peak out about here. It will never go higher than there. That doesn't work. That works, but this needs to be shortened a lot. Fuel system. Fuel injection, direct injection, as you can tell. Throttle per cylinder, that's what these things are. Race setup. I went for ultimate unleaded. This is running very, very, very rich. I mean, with the turbo you can go really high and stuff. I mean, with the ignition at maximum here, it's 100. But here's the interesting thing, the boost. The rev limiter. Pardon me. Sorry again, guys. Bad nose. Try not to bleed everywhere. Although I'm not got a bleeding nose at the moment. If I'm rubbing it quite badly. So that's better. Now the rev limiter is set to 7,500 RPM. This is not the biggest. This is one of the biggest engines I've ever made. This is a 10.9 litre V8. It's huge. Now, let's go on to this stuff here. Short cast, that's the downside of turbocharging. You have to have short cast head cylinders. Dual exhaust, as you can probably tell from here. No bypass valves. I went for high flow freeway. I don't know what that means. It's straight for exhaust. Let's take those off. Let's run this thing rather rich. Take a note of the numbers here. This one here always fails on the stand. I don't know why. I'm going to let it roar. Now, as of now. It'll take a few seconds. Take a look at that, take a look at that. Speaking. 2250 VHP at 7,500 RPM. Let me put this into perspective for you. That is more than a turbocharged F1 car of the 1980s. Yes, more. I'll try not to sniff as well. It's very heavy on material costs, but it won't go anywhere, it just fails. Let me put those things back in. 4.5 inches is the best I can do. Now, let's go to test mode. Okay, this is going to be that. If I was running this thing on metric figures, the torque would be off the scale. Okay, we've got all of this here. Now this is the interesting part. Let's fire it up. It'll lag a bit because it's running at, well, as you can see, 13, 14 frames a second. Let's bring this up slowly. That's barely getting going, and we've already got 100 horsepower. Smidgen over 500 foot-pounds torque. Okay, let's bring it up to 2000 RPM so I can match it. Okay, that's 1500. Let's try and do this slowly. Okay, that's as best I can do 2000. Switch another 200 horsepower. Over 600 now. When this thing gets up to around about here, it will really cry havoc. Oil pressure stable. I'm not even on boost yet. Let's set to 3000. Okay, that's as best I can do to 3000. Aha! Nearly 400 horsepower and 700 foot-pounds of torque. Machine staying stable. Let's take this thing up to 400 horsepower. 4,000 I mean. Now you can hear the turbo. It's about 4,000. Switching over, I'd say that's 875 horsepower there. Look at this. 1175, 1180 pounds of torque. Let's take it up to 5,000. Look at the needles go. Look at the turbo. Look at the torque. Look at the torque and power needles. Ooh boy. Ooh boy. Working that turbo there. This will iron out. A bit over 1600 horsepower and 1800 foot-pounds of torque. Now this is the power set to overtake the torque here. But look at the boost. I'm holding this thing steady at about, I don't know, 18, 19 pounds of boost. Now I'm not doing torque for the next bit. Up from 5,000 to the red line 7.5. I'm still letting this thing roar. Okay, there we are. Red line, peaking at the red line, and look at that needle there. Off the scale, that means it's having a fit. Look at that. That means the piston heads inside here are having a fit. It just wants to break down. I'm going to back off, I'm going to stop the engine. Back this thing off. I'm just a red line it. That was the first engine I was going to show you. That is still blinking, needs to be fixed. Now this is the one I backed off a little bit. As you can see, it's a 10.9 litre monstrosity. Sorry about that. Now this is exactly the same engine. Although I backed off the revs a bit to 6.5 instead of 7.5. It's still the same setup. All except for this here. As you can see, this is shaking a bit here. It needs to be sorted. It's 100. 4 brake horsepower down on what it usually runs, but it's there so I can get about 5,000 miles out of the damn thing. This isn't very efficient. It doesn't any better. Nope, exhaust, secondary turbocharger there. Cranker's having a fit. Let's show you a bug. When you go to scenarios, go into general, and here it says 1600, but I don't. Economy less than 1600 watts. It's not that good. I mean, for economy, I'm expecting something like this here, but not that. I mean, what's that to do? I'm actually doing a tutorial. That's the engine I came up with. I'm not that good at it. I think that's the inboard engine. I think this one here is the inside turbo, if you imagine this as a V8, and that's the exhaust turbo there. I love that way station. Well, that's it. That's all I really have to show you. I'm going to stop and upload this now. So hopefully I'll come up with more videos in the future. Until then, see ya.